dying to start. I guess I'm dying to start this recording. Oh my god, I almost choked. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, one of my top 5 games of the year so far. This is in no in particular order because these are 5 pretty good games that I played this year. Of course, I played more, but this list will be without games that. Well, this list will not include DLC/expansions, so sadly, Cyberpunk 2077's Phantom Liberty will not be on this list. It would have been if I added it on the list, but no, it was not added on the list because technically Cyberpunk came out, 2020 now? Yeah, in 2020. So that counts as a 2020 game, not a 2023 game. Also, next gen updates do not count as well. So The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt will not be on here, despite that game being a freaking awesome. I'll probably also put that game on the list, but no, it is not on the list. Anyway, let's get to the first of the 5 games to start things off. First up, we're going to start the month of January with Hi-Five Rush. Hi-Five Rush just is a game that came out of nowhere. I remember seeing it on Game Pass one day, and I decided, let's play. Let's see how it's like. And it's a really fun rhythm-based hack and slash type of game. It's very fun with a nice storyline, great gameplay, great characters, and an amazing soundtrack with good jokes as well. If you have an Xbox, if anyone has an Xbox or Windows, I highly advise playing this game. Like I said, it's definitely in the top 5 list. One of Xbox's best, probably Xbox's best exclusive game of the year, to be honest. Since this is an Xbox only game, even though it does say Windows. Oh well. Anyway, after Hi-Five Rush, which I gave all of these games, by the way, today I gave them up higher than a 8.5 to be on my list for top 10, or you'd have to be at least to the 8. Yeah, the 8 out of 10 category range. Top 5 is over 8.6. So Hi-Five Rush is definitely on the list. Game number 2, Dead Space Remake. People might be saying, "Oh, but Marcus, this is technically kind of a next-gen update for Dead Space." I don't care. Dead Space is more of a remake than an update because they've added a lot of extra stuff to the game, made it better, and it's an amazing game to play. Graphics definitely a lot better. Proved to the original a lot, especially with the controls. I find the controls in the remake a lot better than the original. Environment I find is better, and I like how they added the New Game Plus to it, and it actually gives you a alternate ending to the game. Plus, the new suit that they added to the game for Isaac Clarke is amazing. I'll probably be playing this game at some point again for the channel. I played it earlier on, but I definitely do want to do more about the game. Such a fun game to play, and it was amazing. I think I gave this game an 8.8 or an 8.9 out of 10. I'm not sure. But that is the second game of 5. All right, I believe the next 2 games are in the month of April, so we go all the way from January to April. Dead Island 2 is next up. Dead Island 2 is a very fun game. Probably out of all the games this year that I played that's on this top 5 list, I would say this is the one that I had the most fun with playing. I mean, I was a fan of the first Dead Island that came out in 2011, and it's great to have the series back because it feels like it's been missing. And it's just a blast to play. I mean, just running around all of California, beating up all the zombies and using characters that are completely different in their sense of dialogue choices, creating awesome weapons and the blast. Yeah, who cares about what the main story is? Dead Island 2 is all about having fun and beating the shit out of zombies. That's what made the original fun. And this is what makes Dead Island 2 also a fun game. Oh, I hit the wrong button. As you see Jacobs on the cover there, who was my first character I played as. Well, I think I gave this game like an 8.9 or a 9 out of 10. I mean, it was a very fun game to play, and I definitely had to get it when it came out. I can't wait to play the DLC when that comes out for it. Okay, that's game number 3. Okay, game number 4, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. For me, this is the game that kind of is on the back of the list. I'd say this is out of the top 5. This is really the only game I'd order. I'll put it into an order, and I'll put this in number 5. Just because of the fact that I did play this for a good amount of time, but it also had its general problems as well. I remember when it first came out, and it had those frame rate and glitching that I had. I still remember that in its early days of the game, but it's still a very fun and a more challenging game to play. I think out of all these games I have in this top 5, it is the most challenging of these the top 5. Of course, I'll do some honorable mentions. But Star Wars Jedi Survivor definitely deserves to be on this list for replay value, for awesome combat, for storytelling, and for difficulty reasons. I mean, it feels like if Star Wars was Dark Souls. That's what basically the Star Wars Jedi series has basically been with. But it definitely something I do have to credit this game for doing is the five lightsaber types they have for this. All right, and for the final game, we have to jump over to the month of August. If I can get to it. Rusted West. Rusted Quest. I've been playing it on the channel. Haven't done a video of it for a little while, just as I've been focused on some other stuff, but Rusted West has been a very fun game to play. Really like that how it combines both RPG and wrestling into one game. And it's something that's really done very well, not just the terms of both styles, but it meshes super well together from amazing storytelling to its how it incorporates pro wrestling into the battles. It's a very fun game that can definitely I've definitely sunk many hours into. I still remember the last video I made on this game. We were in the military section of the game. There's still a lot of the game to play, which I'll probably do a video on that tomorrow. I'm also planning to do a 2K23 video as well. And I'm also planning to do a movie review either Friday or Saturday or sometime during the weekend about the movie When Evil Lurks. Because it's a big movie and it's definitely a movie that I have my eyes on when it comes out this Friday. So those are the top 5 in my opinion for games. Now remember, these are games that I have played. There are definitely games from this list that I would have put on the list if I would have played them. For example, if I go to the critically acclaimed titles, Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3, I definitely would put on the list. I've not played it yet. I do know that the game does come out on Xbox at some point in the next 2 months. Hopefully. I'm very looking forward to playing Baldur's Gate 3. I know I'd put probably Tears of the Kingdom on the list if I wouldn't get the chance to play it. Same with Resident Evil 4 or Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I have played Street Fighter 6. It is a fine game. I haven't played Diablo 4 yet. Like I said, Cyberpunk will be on this list if I added add-ons. And I'd probably put Spider-Man 2 on the list if I have a PS5, but I don't. And same with Witcher 3. If I would have added next-gen updates, I'd probably put The Witcher 3 on the list. Now, in saying that, let's head over to the month of October, November, and December for games that I'm looking forward to playing in the rest of the year. I might dive into 2024, maybe, but we'll see here. So, NHL 24, you've seen games on videos on that. I haven't played Forza Motorsport yet, by the way. Big yawn. But the first game I'm definitely talking about, and the game that I'll be playing this Friday, is Alan Wake 2. I have done a part of Alan Wake on the channel. I don't know if I'm continuing that or not. I might just have that one part and keep it like that because I feel like going back into Dead Space. But Alan Wake 2 is a game that I've been very looking forward to since the first one came out. The first game's pretty good. I liked the first game a lot. But now with the second game, with what they're adding to it and how fun it will be, apparently it's supposed to be a lot scarier than the first game. And the cool part is it's two separate stories into one game, which I think would be pretty a lot of fun to play with. And that it's both in separate areas with Sage Anderson in the in Bright Falls, while Alan Wake's in the Dark Place. And adding these cool things called Mind Place and Writer's Block or something like that, which is pretty cool to add in the games. And with the dialogue trees and bring back the monster pages, it's gonna be a lot of friggin' fun to play when it comes out on the 27th. Now, I'm willing to bet that the early days of this game, it's not going to run very well, just because this game is supposed to be pushing consoles and PCs very hard. And I've been told that for the stuff to run it on PC, it's pretty hard to get. But I'm just hoping for the game to be at least playing in a fine shape that I can play it without having it break on me a lot or crash on me a lot. So here's hoping to that. I might get UFC 5 later on down the line, but not yet. Maybe RoboCop Road City, but probably when it's on sale. Does look like a cool callback to the RoboCop movies. I'm not getting Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 because I don't need to. What's the sense? I'll just watch it online when it comes out. I would get Super Mario RPG if I had a freaking Nintendo Switch, but I don't have a Nintendo Switch. Then in December, I don't really think there's much in December coming out. Well, other than Avatar, which is basically just Avatar, feels Far Cry. But other than that, I think that's about it. So there's Baldur's Gate 3, which I said earlier. When that comes out on Xbox, I'm definitely buying that, playing it. A lot of people are saying it is the best game of the year so far. Other than that, there isn't really much for 2023 coming out wise. But enough of this month. I've had enough talking about 2023 for gaming. Let's talk about 2024. Just there are some pretty big games coming out for 2024 already that have been shown off. And there's Tekken 8 is a pretty good example. First Tekken game in a long time. Should be interesting to see how that game is. Not talking about Suicide Squad because God knows how that game will be. Like Mario vs Donkey Kong will be a cool game to see how that goes on the Nintendo Switch. What else was there? 2024 Arc 2 to be a very interesting game. Not Demon Slayer, but that'd be very strange. Final Fantasy 16, I believe that is. I'm not sure. No, it's not Final Fantasy 16. Definitely not. Greedfall 2 to be interesting. Bring back Little Nightmares. Bring back Lollipop Chainsaw, which that game is kind of cool to play back in the day. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Might have to pick that up. Paper Mario Thousand Year Door remake. They're batting that on the Nintendo Switch. And who knows but WWE 2K24. Like God knows. South Park Snow Day would be a pretty fun game to play. Striker 2 or Stalker 2. Hard Chernobyl. Star Wars Outlaws. Should be pretty interesting to see how that goes. See, it could be interesting to see how this Untitled Teenage Ninja Turtles game could be. Oh, and The Wolf Among Us too. Definitely came to the sequel to the original, which was a very very interesting and very fun game to play. So that's really about it for this. Just talk about games that I'm really looking forward to playing and just my favorites of the year so far. Tomorrow, expect a video on 2K23 just for some fun. Just because I want to do an episode to add up and to build on the story lines that have been building not just on my channel but the other companies as well that I support. Also, maybe doing WrestleQuest or Dead Space tomorrow as well. So be on the lookout for that. And then the next video after those will most likely be hockey. Since I haven't done hockey in a little while. But if it's not hockey, then it would be a review of When Evil Lurks or Alan Wake 2. But enough about that. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video. We'll see you next time.